What's the biggest thing that stops people from getting what they want? It's not some super complicated final step. Nope. It's just starting. It's about tapping into this incredible compounding power that only happens when you finally get going. Oh man, we all know this person, right? Maybe we've even been that person. They've got this amazing idea, this grand vision. They're on fire on Sunday, but that energy just completely evaporates by the end of the week. And why? Because they're stuck thinking about the finish line, and they never, ever take the first step. And that first step is this: $1. I know, it seems almost laughably small compared to their billion-dollar idea, doesn't it? But this single dollar is maybe the most powerful thing in the entire world of business. It's the ultimate cure for a dream that's just stuck in your head. This slide just nails it. On one side, you've got theory. Endless spreadsheets, a 1,000-page business plan, all the what-ifs. But on the other side, you've got proof. That $1 proves more than any document ever could, because it validates the entire chain. You made something, you found a customer, you showed them its value, and they paid you. The whole thing becomes real. And that's exactly why we call that first dollar the ultimate validation. It takes your idea out of your private imagination and shoves it into public reality. It's the only real bridge between what you hope people want and what they'll actually pull their wallet out for. To earn it, you have to solve real problems, not just theoretical ones. Okay, so once you go through that process of earning that first dollar, something clicks in your brain. You start to develop this universal sales mindset, and you quickly realize it applies to, well, pretty much everything. It's like a light bulb just flicks on. The moment you've successfully convinced one person to part with their money for something you've created, you realize that this skill, the ability to communicate value to get something you want, it's not just for business. It is woven into the fabric of our entire lives. I mean, just think about it for a second. What's a resume? It's a marketing document. Its only job is to get you an interview. And that interview, that's a sales meeting where you're the product. A dating profile is personal marketing, plain and simple. And asking for a raise, that's a negotiation where you have to sell your boss on the value you bring. See? You're already doing it. And this right here is the absolute core of it. You can be the most talented person in the room. You can deserve that job or that raise more than anyone else. But you know what? If you can't clearly communicate why, if you can't articulate that value, the opportunity is just going to pass you by. It's not about your worth. It's about what you can make other people see your worth. So you've got the mindset. Great. But when you're building something new, there's no boss. There's no syllabus. There's no one telling you what to do. And this is where so many people get paralyzed. So how do you create structure from nothing? Well, you have to build your own benchmarks. I mean, this is the big one, isn't it? When there's no manager giving you a performance review, how on earth do you know if you're actually moving forward or just spinning in circles? You can't just wait around for some magical moment of clarity. You have to create it for yourself. And here's a simple but incredibly powerful way to do it. First, just pick a metric you can actually control, something like publish 2 articles a week. Second, give yourself a hard deadline, like I will do this for the next 3 months, no excuses. And third, the most important part, you just do it. You execute, you become your own boss, and you hold yourself to that standard. And here's the thing you gotta remember. The goal isn't to pick the absolute perfect standard right out of the gate. The goal is just to create action, to create movement. Having any clear, self-imposed structure is what separates an idea from actual progress. It's always better than just drifting around with no direction. And this is cool because it leads us right into the next big idea. Once you have a benchmark that you're hitting consistently, you start to generate volume. And that's where things get really interesting, because volume has this amazing way of creating its own luck. We tend to think of luck as some kind of magical, random force, like lightning striking. But it's not. Really, luck is just a probability game. Every time you put your work out there, you're buying another lottery ticket. You're systematically increasing your chances for a good thing to happen. You're basically expanding the surface area for opportunity to find you. This chart just lays it out so simply. The more attempts you make, more videos you post, more people you talk to, more code you ship, the more opportunities you create. It's inevitable. And from that bigger pool of opportunities, you're naturally going to get more successes.
It's a direct, almost mathematical relationship. So here's the crucial part. Volume isn't just about playing the odds. It's also about getting your reps in. It's about practice. Your 10th blog post will be better than your first. Your 100th will be better than your 10th. Consistency forces you into this amazing feedback loop where you're constantly doing, learning, and getting better. Perfectionism, it just keeps you stuck at zero.
Now, what if I told you there's a way to put a turbo booster on this whole process? You can actually accelerate your progress like crazy by tapping into the experience and networks of other people. But there's definitely a right way and a wrong way to go about it.
You know the common approach? It's totally transactional. People ask to pick your brain or grab coffee, and they're always thinking, what can I get? The much, much more powerful way is to focus on building real relationships that are based on mutual value. You lead by giving, not by taking.
So what does that actually look like in practice? Well, it's not complicated. Instead of asking for a meeting, just share their work and add a thoughtful comment. If you see an article you know they'd found interesting, send it to them. Connect them with someone who could help them with no benefit to you. When you consistently add value first without asking for anything, people remember you. They actually want to help you down the road. All right, so we've covered making that first dollar, creating your own benchmarks, generating volume, and adding value to others. The real magic, the true power kicks in when you see how all of these pieces lock together and start to compound. Look at how this works. It's not a checklist, it's a flywheel. When you focus on getting that first dollar, you're forced to learn sales and marketing. When you create your own standards, you naturally generate volume, which makes you better at your craft. And when you add value to others, you speed up your own learning and open up doors you couldn't have on your own. Each one fuels the next. And really, that's what this all boils down to. The hardest part of anything is just starting. But once you break that inertia, once you make that first sale, publish that first piece, help that one person, you create motion. And motion builds momentum. Small wins stack up, and that's how you make real, lasting progress. So let's bring this all the way back to that first, simple, powerful idea. Forget the 5-year plan for a second. Forget the giant, complicated vision. What is the single, smallest, most concrete step you can take right now? What's the $1 you're going to make this week?